I hope that's the first thing that's said when we go on here.
I hope that they heard me yell Beyblade. Hello, I hope you heard me yell Beyblade out there. If not, Beyblade! Welcome back to the Sugoi Boys, episode 21. As always, we got the classic group here. Myself, my husband Senpai, Art of Anime, and J-Chip from the J-Chip Show. Hey, Killer Sushi. Hey, Gabe. Thanks for coming. I know we were a couple minutes late, but we were having some bro time.
Yeah, talking about clan ad.
Yeah, talking about crying and so forth.
Because we were talking about girly stuff like Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
Because, we're so manly.
I mean, we were talking about Gundam and Godzilla and DBZ. And we ate bacon. Hey, Sweet Pea. Thanks, everybody, for coming. We could do our general kind of roundtable thing. I just did a spoiler alert to what I've been watching. Clan Ad, still season 1. 16. I'm on 16.
So you're almost done with the first season?
Yeah. I just finished Kotomi. I believe it's her name, the girl in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, her little
band girl.
Her little arc about her parents. We just at the end of the last episode I just saw, we met a character's sister, who I had forgotten that I think they mentioned that this character had a sister, and now
Sunohara's sister.
Yeah. And so yeah, there's that. Greg Ayers' sister. I'm liking it. Clan is. I will say this above all else, exceeding my expectations.
Have you cried yet?
No. I will tell you.
You will on After Story. If Clan 1 doesn't make you cry.
But I know a big thing that's going to happen. So maybe there's other things that
there are many big things that happen.
Okay. Well, all right. I know of a big thing that happened. And I haven't cried, and I did not know about the things that I have seen so far in the show. Like, I didn't know that those would happen. And they were sad. But make me cry. I'll admit, I have cried 2 films before. Not in a long time, because I'm a man now. But I will admit it. And I don't know if an anime has not made me cry, I don't think. I came close with Your Lie in April.
Okay, Your Lie in April didn't get me, but Clan Ad got me.
I can see that. Your Lie in April, like, it's just because I think it's just because I saw what was going to happen. Like, when I realized what was going to happen at the end was an opportunity, I was like, they're gonna tell the story that way, and I was like, I don't want it to end that. I was like, my American mindset was like, everything has to end super happy. Yeah, go everybody. He gets the girl and all good. And then I knew what could happen to the contrary of that, and then it does, and I was like, damn. But it made me appreciate the show a lot. And I have not seen Anohana. So
that got me too, although Justin might recall that in the beginning when I first started watching, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna make me cry because of how it's set up.
Okay. So
yeah.
I still haven't cried to anime. Kind of close. We'll see. When Inuyasha ended, maybe I wanted to cry. I'm a super fan, even though I can't name. So yeah, I've been watching Clan.
You would have cried.
I would have cried to what?
You
would
have cried if.
Oh, I couldn't quite hear you.
I don't think anybody can hear him.
Oh.
It's not a mic issue, Justin.
I heard almost like half of your sentence. Technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Good. Verizon. Oh, shit. No. Oh.
It looks like this is a 2-man cast.
The 2-man cast. But yeah, no, it. I have a feeling Clan Ad might make me cry. I will admit it if it does. It's exceeding my expectations in the sense that I guess they were kind of low going. I didn't think. I didn't know enough about the series, and I didn't think aesthetically. I still don't like it. I don't like the character designs, kind of how it looks. The music's pretty good, but not my cup of tea in terms of art of how everything looks. But and I didn't really know what kind of story I was getting into. I thought it would be more typical school shit, and it's not. So I'm liking that aspect of it. And J-Chip has returned, everybody. Maybe. Drum roll.
We'll find out eventually.
This is important because he has tonight's topic. J-Chip, you're back.
Is he?
Can you hear me?
Sort of. You got to talk more.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
That came through.
Talk again. Oh no.
Justin, are your neighbors stealing your internet
Hello?
again?
Oh, I can hear you. I heard you say hello. Say my name is Justin. I need to hear a whole sentence.
My name is Jeb. Welcome to Jackass.
That sounded like my name is Welcome to the Jackass.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm enjoying Clanad. So there's that. Have I watched? I need to catch up with today's Ruby or yesterday's Ruby episode. That's getting really good this season. I still need to watch Bento for a patron of mine, and I got some manga to read, including Frank and Fran, which I've read one chapter of, but it was a cool chapter. And other than that, I've been busy doing other things, but that's about it. I
think we should move on. I think we should move on to Justin.
Justin, what have you been watching? Oh no. Northern. Oh no.
I can tell you he's watching himself try to figure out what's going on.
Oh man. Best podcast of all time. All right. Well, Justin fixes himself. Art, what have you been watching?
Oh my god. Okay, so aside from the weekly stuff that I'm watching, which I'm actually watching weekly stuff, people, which is JoJo and Bunny Girl. I'm watching. Me and Justin need to get back to Food Wars. I gotta start the second season of Origairu soon. I started Kaicho wa Maid-sama. I watched 2 episodes of that. It's all right. I don't know if I'm going to continue with it.
Have there been any more actual different facial emotions in Bunny Girl Senpai?
In Bunny Girl, one. Probably one.
I mentioned this on everybody should check out Art's video on Bunny Girl Senpai if they have not, by the way. But I commented on there that I have not seen the show, but any clips that I've ever seen, the characters seem to have the same 3 facial expressions. And it's bored, stoic, or slightly embarrassed, but not that much. Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Good.
All right. We'll see how long that holds.
Oh, Killer Sushi needs to catch up on more than a volume of Ruby.
I'm going to.
You should Art should watch Ruby as well, actually.
I'm going to continue with Hunter x Hunter soon. And I finished Fully Coolly Progressive.
Oh, that inspired me to make a whole video on a modern anime. That tied with Steins Gate Zero. Fully Coolly Progressive. I need to know your thoughts. First, immediate thoughts on Fully Coolly Progressive.
All right.
First, are you a fan of the original?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the original.
Okay.
I actually didn't mind it, but it was an obvious downgrade from the original. Like you could see in places like where the original did things better.
Okay. Um, I had dropped it after the other 2 or 3 episodes. And then because it was just like, and I talked about this in a video where this and Steins Gate Zero, it was basically just me criticizing sequel kind of stuff, and it just like Fully Progressive just was for me everything that I didn't want in Fully. Like it was for me, what made Fully so great was its like bombastic nature and just like this constant like what the fuck. And there are moments that I saw in Progressive that had me like that, but it also like Naota in the first one was like a character I was like mad about the first time I saw it, and then every time I like rewatch the series, I liked him maybe like a little bit more, and then I just realized that he's kind of just this like he's just this piece in this like crazy puzzle that's going on.
Yeah.
And we get the girl in Progressive who I was just not about.
I didn't mind Hikajima that much, but the way I saw her was if you take Naota's story is about all these different things coming together. Just like you said, he's a piece in the bigger puzzle. I think with Hikajima, what they were trying to go for was there's one specific thing about her that they're going to focus on, which was her personality and her pretty much the idea of loss that surrounds her, which yes was slightly covered with Naota among other things, but I think they narrowed the scope when it came to Hikajima.
Okay. My other thing was I did not want. I'm of the mindset that the less I know about Haruko, the better. So
there were some things about Haruko that they did in Progressive that I just kind of I questioned why.
Digi actually did a video on this that I agreed with this notion that I dislike the fact that they dig deeper into the relationship with Adamisk.
Okay.
Because in the first one it seems like it's like just like a power kind of thing, and the guy with the eyebrows that is of the mindset that it's a romantic thing, but it seems like she wants the power. And then in this one they play it more towards like she actually like had like I don't want emotion with I don't want Haruko to be emotionless, but like I don't know. I don't want to discover her feelings, if you get what I mean. Like I like her to be this what the fuck is gonna happen character. I don't like humanizing her, I guess.
I mean, she's still 19 years old though.
Yeah, she's an alien. But I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can
see me.
Yes, you sound much more clear.
Okay. I killed my neighbors.
Whatever you did fixed it.
He killed his neighbors, and
Were
then
they on her internet again?
No, they didn't get on my internet. I just,
Hey, it's all right. I had a huge computer kerfuffle today. Then this might have not have happened, but thankfully it did. We're all
then again, it is kind of bad outside with the weather because snow and shit.
10 seconds later, goodbye. Killer Sushi does not sound very confident that Justin's going to stay on. You got to have confidence, Sushi. Come on. Sui P binged all of Food Wars this week. Season 3 was quite the downgrade from the previous seasons. I don't know anything about Food Wars, but these two guys do.
From what I've seen of season 3, I can see where like they're coming from on that.
Okay.
I've only seen a couple episodes of season 3, so.
While you were fixing that, Justin, we got into a little Fully Progressive discussion because Art's been watching several things, and I'm lame, and I just watched one thing. What have you been on, Justin? What have you been watching?
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, just make it clear.
Yep, that's fine. We will tell you otherwise.
I dropped this piece of shit. I saw 2 episodes, and it's like Handshakers if dude from Gans did it.
All right, it's getting worse, but you know what's funny is I actually know what you said. You said it's like Handshakers, I think.
But it's like the dude from Gantz did it. But I didn't catch the name of it.
Blast Raider or something?
Blast Raider?
Blast Raider.
This is an abomination of mankind. It's a shit. Terrible CGI.
Mankind.
So here's the serious question. If it's a piece of shit, why do you own it?
Because it was at the pawn store for like $2.
That's save those $2 and then add those into a pile of $2 bills, and you'll have enough money for the Cardo Kyokai Blu-ray set if you ever want to buy that.
That was a pile of shit. But this is not a pile of shit. Gravitation is not that bad. It is a yaoi. It's like imagine you're line April, but instead of classical music, it's more pop music.
Okay. All right. So more like a...
The story's not bad.
Okay. Both 2 series I've never heard of. So that's interesting.
I've heard of Gravitation. All I know is it's pretty gay. That's all I know. Is it gay in like the Yuri on Ice way, or is it gay in like the free way where everybody says it's gay, but it's not really that gay?
What? Or is it gay and Scryed gay? Or like everybody thinks
or like JoJo gay?
Shout out to anybody watching this that's
just that
Scryed besides me and Justin.
It's just that this dude is not into this dude. Dude is into this dude.
That's all I got out of that.
The blonde dude's not into the redhead dude.
Okay.
Correctly.
Yeah, and this dude is into this dude.
That's a problem.
But yeah, the other show I finished was Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
Which I recall you saying made you cry.
Yeah, that was intense.
Made you cry. JHF from the JHF show cried to an anime recently, folks. Make fun of him. What a baby. Do you need a bottle? No, just kidding. Continue praising Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. If you're still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
But 3 episodes out of the 11 made me cry.
What is Tokyo Magnitude about? Is it about an earthquake? Uh-oh. Oh, man.
I think we lost him again.
Oh, that sucks.
That's exactly what Tokyo Magnitude is about.
It's about nothing.
Tokyo Magnitude's about it's about an earthquake that strikes Tokyo.
Okay.
And these 2 kids that went out to see some robots at a museum, they're stuck in that earthquake, and they have to try to get home.
Okay.
Have you seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah.
If it's a lot like that, but it's injected with realism. So it's kind of like maybe Grave of the Fireflies had a really nasty baby.
Okay.
I've never seen Grave of the Fireflies, but I know that'll.
It's more sadder than maybe sadder.
More sadder.
Or
I think it's sadder than both of their shows combined. Yeah.
There's a band called Normandy and has a song called "Song Sounded Much Sadder." It's the only time I ever heard people say sadder.
What's even sadder is that to the anime being made, Japan had that big tsunami.
Mako Tsunami from Yu-Gi-Oh. That guy?
No,
just kidding.
The big tsunami that held back Gonzo.
All right. Well, I have to. So we now know that Clannad might make me cry in the future. Your Lie in April almost made me cry. Tokyo Magnitude made Justin cry. And I think Clannad made Art cry. So we got a bunch of crying babies. Has any other anime made you guys cry? I'm curious.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but I'm sure there are.
I can tell you a live action
Orange
movie.
made me cry.
Orangey? The girl with the letters? I haven't seen it yet.
And Anohana made me cry.
I plan on seeing Anohana.
And weird enough, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX made me cry, but I don't know why.
I knew something weird was coming.
I was a little ass kid.
What about the end of Fruits Basket?
Okay, well, that doesn't count. You were a kid.
What about the end of Fruits Basket? Does that
So-
make you cry? I have no idea how it ends.
No, Fruits Basket was more heartwarming.
They're making more. You must be jerking off.
I know. I am. Maybe that's why my internet's bad. Because semen-crusted
Maybe they'll make more
internet.
and then I'll have mixed feelings because part of me will want them to.
But to explain my Yu-Gi-Oh! GX crying story, I was watching it in the living room, and Jaden was going down. Sartorius has these Arcana cards that like fucked over the opponents so much, especially in the anime, and I was just like, "Fuck you, Sartorius," and like a tear went down my eye.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so
If I got one from when I was a kid. If technically an anime, Pokemon, and not even like the shit from the movie. In the episode where Pikachu leaves, Pikachu's gonna like go like runs away. I don't know if it's like to go live with other Pikachu or something, or him and Ash
okay, yeah.
or something, and they play this fucking song that's like together forever, no matter how long. And I was like, oh, and I was a kid and I couldn't handle it. And I used to watch Pokemon before school. It used to be on at 7 a.m. where I live. And my school
You
was
got on the bus.
I was eating
going.
cereal. No, I didn't take my mom dropped me off. I've always lived very close to the schools I've gone to. So my mom would drop me off. So I'm eating cereal in the living room, right? My mom's like getting ready, and I'm fucking bawling about a fucking yellow mouse on the TV. And she's like, "We gotta go to school. What the fuck's wrong with you?" And I was like, and, "Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if I can listen to that song again."
Well, if you listen to that song again, you might just have a problem.
True. Killer Sushi says, "Plastic Memories" and Kimi no Nawa made me cry. The former made me cry a few different times, actually. I love Kimi no Nawa.
There's a few anime that almost made me cry, but I held in my manly tears.
Live action
Five
has made me cry before. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
5 centimeters per second almost made me cry.
Again, the Makoto Shinkai. I'm a huge fan, but he has not made me cry.
Panty and Stocking almost made me cry, but that was laughter
That's a little
because
different.
Hiroki Imaishi is a genius.
What's that? Makoto Shinkai is a genius? Yes, that's what I heard out of your mouth. Because he is. 5 centimeters didn't make me want to cry, but 5 centimeters was, I think, one of the first times. I think the first time where the ending of that anime occurs, and I was like, holy shit. Like, it was just so real. Like, it was just so, like, because I had, like, it's just, like, I think that a lot of people, like, a situation that a lot of people could relate to. and it just seems like something that would actually happen in real life, like not in something that was drawn and written up by someone.
See, I think Justin just wants to watch Panty and Stocking so he can have a waifu and doesn't need to meet a real girl.
I mean, I have it on Blu-ray.
Have fun.
I'm not gonna watch Panty and Stocking again. I can't see myself doing that. But I have it in case anybody wants it.
Okay, so now we've talked about crying and what we're watching, and before we all start crying, J-Chip had this week's. Hopefully, his mic continues to work. J-Chip had his theme for tonight's discussion, and what did you want us to talk about, Mr. J-Chip Show?
Incels and depression.
Yes, in fact, the title of the video. All right. Because you're introducing the topic, what do you want to say on the subject? That way we can bounce off.
Don't marry Hatsune Miku dolls.
So for those that don't know, you want to explain that situation? Or do you want me to do it? I know very little.
How about Art does it? He's got a nice news reporter voice.
You're the one that wanted to talk about this tonight. Why don't you do it?
Okay, this 35-year-old man spent $17,500 on to marry a Hatsune Miku doll, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I saw a Bob Samurai stream that kind of inspired this topic, because I feel like some anime fans are that depressed that they would actually do that, and they feel so alone. But I think anime fans need to realize that that's not generally the case. I think you're just kind of, I think you're in a void that it will happen.
I don't know how well this is going to come up on my webcam, but this was on a bus when I was in Japan, by the way. Just a Miku, just chilling. She's on everything. But now she's getting married. So now I wonder, she's an intellectual property, right? So am I not allowed to marry Hatsune Miku?
The creator refused comment on the entire situation, so I guess we'll never know.
I know he had Japanese parliament members there, which is great.
The question I have is, how's the divorce going to work?
It doesn't. He's going to kill her.
Would it be cheating?
But how does he
what
kill
would
her?
Hatsune Miku be cheating him if someone buys the
property? If she's an intellectual property, he would have to delete every trace of her worldwide to kill her.
Yeah, he's gonna do. That's gonna be his life's goal. Hey, like $17,500 would have gotten him laid instead of getting married. That's maybe
I mean, you're not. I mean, he could have done so much. He could have done so many better things with that money.
He could have married BlackRock Shooter.
He could have.
Another one.
He probably could have got a mail order bride from some cheap country.
Harry Lovely.
He could buy 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring for those people that know what that is. All right. So that guy did that. I know that the Parliament was there. So, Justin, are you saying that you don't think you would ever marry a electronic idol?
I don't see the logic in marrying items in general. But I understand where he is coming from when he's saying that he feels alone and this is the only way that's going to bring him happiness. But I just feel like an outsider's going to look at that and they're going to think that's how all anime fans are. And I think that's kind of bullshit.
I don't think it's so much that, but I think the bigger issue is other people that feel like him are going to look at that, and they're going to
justify it for them.
Right.
Hey, Axel. Justified for them. Yeah, I don't. I'm always somebody on my channel that complains about, because I've made such an effort to show anime to people that otherwise wouldn't have seen it before, and I'm a strong advocate for, like, people will say, oh, you're trying to like normalize anime, and I guess I'm not, but I'm trying to like change a perception of it if I can, and I think a lot of things like feed into a negative outlook on it. I think more people would just look at this guy like a weird, like a weird guy, versus like I don't think he like I don't think that the fact that this guy did this is just going to, like Art mentioned, is just going to have people be like, all right, now I can just marry my body pillow, like, because they're like, I technically have sex with it, so yep, uh, they're going to be doing that. I don't know how much precedent this is going to set in terms of like legal, because this isn't like a legal marriage, is it? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think you mentioned in the video that it wasn't.
I'm not 100% certain because I don't know Japanese like marriage laws and all that and what needs to be done and everything. But even if it's not, dude spent $17,000 to $18,000 on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have easily bettered his for that money if he was feeling that depressed. Besides marrying a doll, like he could have gotten a pretty good car. He could have gotten into an apartment. You know, paid off bills. You know, he could have done some stuff with that money to make him happy.
Is Hatsune Miku underage though?
Maybe it's best if he just
in Japan. I believe she's technically above age because I think she's supposed to be 17. I mean, she doesn't really have a birth date, so like, I don't know. I don't think the law applies. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind shows, good and bad memories are intertwined together. You shouldn't erase all of the bad consequences, as you'll erase all of the good moments you'll have in life too. Yeah, dude, she's 16. Thank you, Axel. She's 16. So, and I believe in Japan it is lower than here. Isn't it like 14 or something? I'm asking the wrong people. There's no Japanese legal experts in here. I could be wrong, but
I do know stuff about the age of consent over there, but it's like really, really complicated.
Yeah. And it gets even more complicated when you're talking about a fucking cartoon. Watch
my Boku no Pico video. My incest video. That has stuff about the age of consent and shit in it. Like,
but yeah, my next question is like, where does that guy go from here now? Like, is he just gonna like have a house with the hole? Is he gonna, you know, does he? I'm assuming he probably doesn't go out. I don't know. Do they go out to dinner? Do they? I have no idea. Is he gonna plan to have? Is he gonna petition for the company to make some fictitious children? And they're gonna appear in her music videos?
Maybe he'll adopt some kids and be like, here's your mother.
Here's your mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I would hate to be that child.
What if he completely, like, I don't remember the dude's age. But think how much you can change in just like...
He's 35.
He's 35? Okay. So,
yeah.
But, like, people can change a great deal in just a couple years. So, like, imagine 10 years from now, if his life is different in some way, right? He's going to have this on his, like his personal record. He's going to have this on his, as just like a stigma of his life that he, you know, did this. 13 is the age of consent.
So, like I said, it's a little more complicated.
Yeah. But is incest ever done well in anime? I would say no, but people say to watch Koikaze, because I guess that is an anime with incest in it that apparently is a good story.
It actually like goes through
Yeah.
like the emotions and the psychology of somebody that thinks that way.
Yeah,
So it's not just there for like the fetish of it.
Yeah, you've seen it. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
It's directed by I think it's Goro Taniguchi.
There's a scene in it where like the little sister like is getting undressed, and the older brother, who by the way is like 13 or 14 years older than her, grabs her bra and starts sniffing it, and then he lays in the bed and he just starts fapping over it. And then at the end of it, when he's done, he's like, what the fuck did I just do? And then he sees his sister in the morning, and he's like, I can't look her straight in the face. I can't tell her what I did. This is wrong. I'm a fucked up dude.
Him and Shinji would be really good friends.
No, I think Shinji's smarter than that.
But they're so fucked
up. So in terms of incest, the idea of that in shows has always grossed me out. I also have a sibling, and just like the concept of people like making shit that's about that kind of stuff, I don't know, grosses me out. But Koikaze, I actually think I have it on my plan to watch list. It's mostly because I believe it's either directed or written by someone who I've liked a lot of their shit in the past. I think it's either Goro Taniguchi or. Go ahead.
I also think Stephanie Shea's in it for the dub.
The dub is really hard to find.
Oh. Well, there's that.
I'm
surprised they even dubbed it. It's kind of older, right?
The weird thing about Koikaze is it got censored when it was airing in Japan. But the reason it got censored wasn't because of like any of the incest stuff. It got censored because there's a conversation in it about divorce. So the episode with the conversation about divorce didn't air on a certain station over in Japan, but the rest of the show was all right.
Wow. Well, you know, you got to pick what you're talking about. You got to be careful. Japan's is a super different place, man. Just try and talk about marijuana over there. I was in when I visited, we went to a bar, and they were talking. They had a few. There's like one guy like from like Australia, and then someone from the States that were trying to. The owner of the bar, the head bartender, is this like wicked like famous bartender guy who teaches a lot of people around the globe, and he gets like bar interns. And a mutual friend of the guy that I traveled with, had actually worked under this guy. So that's how we knew to go to this place. And then there's an American guy that was serving us, and he was talking about how, like, I was not aware of this. Weed is a, like, class 3 drug there or something. Like, nuts. Like, very, very, it surprised me how, like, just how, like, different. And then so, like, you bring up the idea of, like, yeah, well, we ain't gonna have no divorce in our show, but hey, you're jacking off to your sister, you know, that's all right.
You would think with all these incest anime out there that more people would want to, you know, find a woman, even if they're related.
But yeah,
but it's all about those 2D girls, you know.
Yeah. I do want to touch on the depression aspect of this whole thing, and it's something I've complained about on my channel before, and again, something that I've fed off of Bob's videos is I follow a bunch of like different and I love just like anime art and people like sometimes even like fan art on like Instagram, and there are several accounts that put up like it just be a snapshot of a show, or it could be some fan art or something like that. But it's dedicated to a certain show. So like there's an Inuyasha one or whatever. There's several. There's tons of these all over Instagram and stuff like that. And it's in these and in memes and stuff on the internet that you find like just these people that like they love just posting how sad they supposedly are and how not worth anything they are. And I wish that we are, and they make jokes about that. And I hate, if there's something in the community that I really like despise, it's not people, it's not people that shit on dubs. It's not people that, I don't know, are fans of a particular show. It's more so people that either are getting on people saying, "Oh, go kill yourself," or it's just like they're making light of what could be a serious mental situation. And I hate that. So I hate seeing that kind of stuff. I don't know if either of you have ever seen what I'm talking about.
I think that's all over the place. When people start disagreeing about the smallest thing, they just resort to name calling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like SAO? Well, you're a faggot. It's stuff like that that just gets on my nerves.
So what if they are?
Like very often it would be like a picture of an anime character crying. It'd be like "Forever alone, just like me." All right, man. If that, I'm
not gonna lie. I changed my background to Miasma. I don't know if you didn't get that far in Progressive, but there's this shot of the main girl in Progressive where they do like this alternate art style, and her hair is all in front of her face, and it's like really rigid around the edges, and she's in rain. But that's because I like the artwork.
Yeah. That's fine.
I don't think I'm gonna get to fully Progressive. I'm gonna stick with
I first thought it was
I'm gonna stick with Miasma's opinion and call it as fact.
He watched more of it than I did. I don't know, but it's kind of like me and you watched Steins Gate Zero. Part of it.
Yeah.
I had this. That's why I made that video. Very similar feeling. It just took something that I liked and tweaked it in a way that I didn't like. I could see people that like Steins Gate Zero, and I guess I could, to an extent, I could see people that like Progressive, but it just wasn't what I wanted.
But it's like it would be like you turning around and saying to either the Progressive or the Steins Gate Zero fans, "Oh, go kill yourself because you like that show."
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you like, I'm usually about that. If you whatever I say, whatever tickles your pickle. If you like that, I might disagree with you. Like there's show, like you might like a show. I think Trigun's overrated. Some people, Trigun's one of their 5 favorite anime of all time. Some famous anime YouTubers say that Trigun is one of the 5 anime to watch before you die. So
it's all right. I made a 12-minute video on why I don't like Bunny Girl Senpai, and everybody's telling me I'm wrong. But whatever.
Except me. Hold on. Let me do my Bunny Girl face. Just
you gotta do like 2 more.
Slightly, you have to do like slightly like embarrassed and like slightly upset. I'm probably missing a lot of chat. Some people watch anime to escape reality for a temporary fix instead of tackling issues head on. I could see that. I don't think that's a healthy. I think it's okay to escape reality to an extent. Like if I have a shitty week of work, and I come home and I just want to unwind and watch something, I think that's
yeah. Like if you're using it as escapism for something like that, I think everybody to some extent does that, but everybody realizes that it's just fiction.
Like I usually listen to music if I'm having a rough day.
Yeah, but you realize that music's a little bit of a different beast to tackle in that way.
Yeah.
But you realize that certain elements about that don't reflect things that you should do.
In my opinion, I feel like you can use anime as an escapism, but don't constantly rely on it to make you happy.
Sorry, say that again? I didn't catch what you had at the end.
So like you can use anime as an escape, but don't rely on it to make you happy or make you feel better.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it like that.
Don't rely on just that. I think it. I think
not even to that extent. I would say that, you know, there's certain times where you might watch a show or watch a movie, listen to a song, and it resonates with you so much that you don't feel alone in your problem, and you realize that you can get through your problem, even if it's simply like doing the things the characters did. But I think it comes down to when you get so engrossed into, let's say, anime, and you're using that to avoid the problem at hand. So let's say your problem is that you can't get over this breakup that you went through, and you've just binged all of One Piece in the past 2 weeks, and you haven't really eaten well, like you haven't showered, you're looking like shit. It's reflecting how you feel inside on your outer appearance. And first off, no one's going to want to deal with you when you're looking like that, when you're smelling like that, which is just going to add more onto you feeling like you're useless. But if you stopped watching One Piece for just a second and you took a look at how you're actually feeling, maybe talk to somebody like Bob said, or like go to Barnes and Noble, go to the self-help section, pick up a book there on something, you might be able to pinpoint how you can tackle the problem at hand and still enjoy One Piece.
Yeah. That's a little towards what I was leaning at, with just like not solely relying on like one thing. So like I think everybody unwinds a little bit while doing certain activities, right? But I think that Art nailed it there with, if you find yourself with that sort of issue, those are the steps that you need to take. Because I think if you like, if I just unwound with just anime, I think I would almost get to a point where, like, if I wasn't feeling the same results with anime, you'd have this sense of like being lost. You'd be like, I think that would make you feel worse. You'd almost be like, well, all right, well, this isn't like working anymore. It almost feels like you're taking like a medication that's not doing what it's supposed to do anymore. And that's why I think you have to tackle issues in a lot of different ways. And it's different for everybody. So, but that's what I think. Trigun is good. Live with it. No, it's not. Killer Sushi, thank you for looking.
Light brings up a good thing, because there's like a surge of a bunch of these like online therapy apps that are coming about, where you can either talk to another person or a professional. Okay. So I think Light nails it with what he said in chat.
Okay. Thank you, Light, for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Thank you to unrelated to that kind of, but the Killer Sushi went and did a little research on like the drug situation I had brought up. But I have to thank you for your time thinking of that. I just know in his situation, if maybe it was because of what, like his internship and schooling, he was saying like if he had weed there with him, he would get deported. And then say bye-bye to your internship, and then good luck getting a job. What is it? Random. Oh, Axel watch Mind Game. All right. And My Hero Academia. Oh my God. If the phrase My Hero Academia and Light are in the same room, I don't know if this chat's going to explode in positivity. But yeah, I mean, maybe next week I'll marry my Watabote figure. Will you guys look down on me for that? No? All right, good.
See, but that's exactly the thing. Tomoko from Watamote is like an embodiment of these people.
Yeah.
And like,
I find it, and like to a high degree, like she is just so like I think that's why it's enjoyable because like I relate. Like this is a big deal when I was watching Watabote with my dad. Was he was not understanding why I enjoyed it so much. It's his least favorite one that he's watched by far, and I fully expected that. But I wanted him to see that because, and it's just it opened up a lot of avenues of conversation because like it just brought up a lot of stuff that I didn't necessarily talk to him about in the past. Where I was like when I was in high school, I was a more depressed person than I am now. I wasn't like diagnosed with anything, whatever. But I had a much different. I think everybody does. I had a much different mentality about life when I was in high school. And then it was just, and then in certain situations, like I've always been kind of crazy, socially awkward, and so forth. So in a lot of situations, I'm like Homoko. She is just so like, just to like the next degree. And looking back on it, when I watched that show, it's just like, oh man, I could have been so much worse. What is this? She can't even like order a coffee. Like, but oh my god, that's a great scene, by the way, where she's there's 3 sizes of coffees, and she's really.
What's great about it is I don't want to spoil it too much, but in the manga, she goes back there, and she succeeds in ordering her coffee, and she sits down, and she's like all happy that she got her coffee, and there's this guy sitting next to her, and she looks over and he's watching this anime that just came out, and she's like eyeing it. So for the next couple months, she goes back to that cafe, orders her coffee successfully, and sits down next to the dude. They never talk, but every week she's watching that episode of the anime with him. And at the end of the final episode, he closes his laptop. He's like, man, that was good. Did you enjoy it?
That's pretty good. What I was gonna mention was just she couldn't. There's a scene in the anime where she's going to order a coffee and she freaks out because there's 3 sizes, and she doesn't like. I think they just labeled them by letter, and she doesn't like understand. It's kind of like a joke on like how Starbucks like names their sizes weird. So she says, I think it's G, and she's like, "What could G be?" And she's trying to think, and the guy's like, what kind of coffee do you want? And she's just, and she's not just a line for it. She just can't say it. And then she's just like, you have to say something. What do you think it's going to be? And she goes, gigantic. And he's like, do you mean grande? Oh my God. But that scene is great. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is a funny ass chat. All right. Does anybody have any like parting thoughts on this kind of stuff?
Yeah, we have 2 Justins now.
There's 2 Justins. Oh my god, there is. Nani? Why are there 2? Can we hear either?
No.
Oh no. Double the Justin.
Hello.
Hello. I want to thank you. You did bring up as much technical difficulty as you've had. You had a great topic of discussion for us. Is there any closing thoughts that you wanted to touch on, something that maybe we didn't touch on?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there's something I actually want to talk about.
Yeah.
If you
So there's kind of a reason why Fruits Basket's my favorite anime.
All right. I could still sort of. I heard you say "damn it."
Yeah, I heard
now.
damn it.
This is gonna be a good story too. I can still see you, and I can hear your clicks.
Alternatively, you could type it in chat and one of us could read it.
How about now?
Yes, I can hear you. Go. Fruits Basket story. Why is Fruits Basket so good? Oh no.
Okay, Fruits Basket's my favorite anime. One of them, at least.
Yep.
Because I went through the same situation that Toru went. Her mother passed away when she was 16, and my mother passed away when I was 16. And it felt like the stars kind of aligned because I watched that anime right at that point. And the anime kind of felt like it was trying to tell me to be optimistic through tough times like that. So if I have a message for anybody that has important to them, is just to stay optimistic, and you'll get through it.
Thank you. Very good message. How to follow up on that?
If we're going in that direction, like I have a full video about it, but I have a similar situation with Clan Ab where I can relate to Tomoya on like a really deep level with what he went through with his father and whatnot. So I think in general what Justin's trying to get across, and what I think we all are trying to get across, is it's okay to find yourself in fictional characters. Just don't become those fictional characters.
Very good point. Everybody do that. Alrighty. Well, that's a very good point to leave on. So I want to thank the third J chip that just entered, and before the screen is all J chips. It's an awesome subject. I want to thank chat for coming in. Everybody that did not get put in timeout, you know who you are, and if you did, why you got to be doing that. Thank you everybody for coming, and we will see you next week. I can't promise it'll be as serious a conversation, but maybe we'll just talk about lollies. Who knows? Thank you everybody for coming so much. Please check out both of their channels. I really check out Art's video that he just mentioned about Clan because I've seen it myself, and it's miasma approved.
It's miasma approved.
It's really cool. I should maybe do something about some anime thing that was relatable to me. And then I think J-Chip maybe don't want to push anything on you, but I think any content relating connection to anime, this thing that we are passionate about with our personal lives, I think that would be interesting to see. And as well, anybody out there too. Create some, if you want to make something like that, put it out there and let us know about it. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.